On a chilly morning in San Diego, 260 immigrants gathered for what could be a life-changing trip across the U.S.-Mexico border.
These people are all dreamers. They were brought to the U.S. without papers when they were little. They all grew up in the United States, but they've been undocumented their whole lives.
Each of them received special permission from U.S. immigration authorities, known as advance parole, to leave and legally re-enter the country.
When they cross the border back into San Diego this afternoon, they're going to do so with permission. They're going to be setting foot in the United States for the first time in their lives, legally, with papers.
Among them is Yesenia, who came to California from Mexico when she was only 6. 12 years ago, she received DACA, an Obama-era program that allowed her to work legally and now to apply for advance parole.
Hello.
Yesenia is 38 now and a single mother to 9-year-old Anthony. The night before the trip, she dropped him off with a neighbor.
Listen to me. That's only if in case mommy does not come tomorrow, okay? And I have to call grandma to come and pick you up. You use this. You know what this is, right?
The passport?
Yes.
Even with advance parole, leaving the country is a big risk because getting back into the U.S. is not guaranteed.
It's due to the discretion of the officers.
So how do you feel about that?
Scared.
But for many, it's a risk worth taking. Applying for a green card and eventually citizenship is not an avenue available to most immigrants who entered the country illegally, even if they were children at the time. But getting permission to leave, including for educational or work purposes, and then re-entering the country legally, can clear the way for, let's say, a U.S. citizen family member to petition for their permanent status. And that is why legal aid groups organized this trip.
It finally takes away this legal technicality that has been keeping them in this limited status and in a fear of being separated from their families.
And they squeezed in the trip just days before Donald Trump took office. While anyone with DACA can apply for advance parole, some are concerned that that ability could go away under Trump. And changes to DACA itself are also likely. The program is in limbo due to legal challenges from Republican-led states driven by Texas.
Trump himself tried to end DACA in his first term, and he took swift action to end birthright citizenship since starting his second term, an executive order already facing constitutional challenges. But Trump also recently said that he wants to find a solution for dreamers.
We have to do something about the dreamers, because these are people that have been brought here at a very young age. And
the White House did not respond to our request for comment. Many dreamers aren't taking any chances. In Tijuana, the group heard lectures and visited migrant shelters to meet the requirements for advance parole.
So we're all getting back on the bus. We're going to head back to the border to cross into the United States. This is a big moment.
Listen, how are you feeling?
Nervous. My hands are sweating.
Just try and keep your nerves in check so that you can answer and listen to the questions that they're asking you.
We just got in line to cross the border back into the United States. What's going to happen next is that all the DACA recipients are going to get off the bus and cross the border on foot.
So once they're approved to come back into the United States, that is the door that they walk through.
Now I gotta run to my son.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for everyone. Of course, I'm gonna turn on my phone.
Yeah, you can turn on
it off. Tony.
Mom, I'm at homework right now.
You're doing your homework? Good job, baby. Mommy's coming home with you, okay?
Okay.
I love you.
I want to bring in David Noriega now, who's live for us in San Diego. What is the future of dreamers under President Trump here, let's say over the course of the next few years?
Hallie, we don't really know yet. DACA itself is on the ropes. A lot of experts think that it's unlikely to survive a second Trump term, but we don't know exactly how that's going to happen. Now, there isn't anything in this raft of executive orders that President Trump signed on his first day in office that directly mentions or explicitly changes the circumstances of dreamers or DACA recipients, but there is one thing buried in one of those big picture executive orders that could be very meaningfully significant for them. It's an attempt, basically, to remove the government's ability to give them work permits. Now, if you ask any DACA recipient, the work permit is really the most important part of that program for them. Now, for that to go away, the administration is going to have to go through is going to have to do a new federal regulation. There's a long and complicated process for that. Any big changes, at least to interior enforcement in the immigration system, Hallie, are not materializing immediately because that kind of thing takes time. It may get to that point, but it'll be gradual. Hallie?
David Noriega, thank you very much for that. Good to see you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.